Alright, guys. Time to talk about episode 2, or part 2, of Are You Afraid of the Dark? It's entitled Opening Night. Now, as we know from the last one, and there's some pieces I forgot, so I'll tell you this. We know from the last one, Rachel's a new girl. She moved to this town. She has these dreams about Mr. Top Hat. She gets brought to the Midnight Society where she tells the story of Mr. Top Hat and the Carnival of Doom. And then at the end, the Carnival of Doom appears. There were some things that I missed in the story, such as children going missing afterwards and no one remembering anything about the carnival. It's important because it pertains to this. And there's a clown that has no eyes, but when they ask him up, he has eyes. So Rachel has the idea in this one. They have another meeting, and they had the idea she has the idea that they all have to go to the carnival to investigate. They say no, but then they end up saying yes, even though Kiko is going there to get footage. And yeah, so they're all going there and they split, basically. Akiko and her assistant are doing their own thing. So you got Graham, Louise, Gavin, and Rachel. Gavin and Rachel split off. I was surprised there. And then Graham and Louise split off. And each of the three groups are, because they are looking for Adam. Adam went missing at the end of the last episode. Dog only came back, so they're looking for Adam at this carnival. And they go to the main show, and Mr. Top Hat's there. It's all part of the show. He says there's a gold coin, which Rachel had a dream about. There's a skull on one side, a scorpion on the other. And people are supposed to find that coin. So, and I don't think they ever get it, but so they just separate. He goes going over her footage, and she finds that Mr. Top Hat cannot be seen. He can be heard, but he's invisible in the footage. And she sees Adam in the footage, so she tells her brother. Her brother, the cop, I forgot to mention in the first part, her brother, the cop, is also there because Graham pretended to be an Irish person, or Scottish person, whatever it was, and gave him a tip that Adam might be there. So he's there investigating, but he gets taken out. After Akiko says that she has the footage, they are like getting stared at by a bunch of clowns, and they freak out, and he's unable to get a hold of them again. Hideo is his name. The cop, the brother. And he demands to speak to an authority figure, which is Mr. Top Hat. And we don't see what happens to him. I'm like, did they just kill him off? Is he dead? But no, he shows up later. We'll get to that. So, like I said, the three teams separated. Kiko and her assistant are being stalked by these clowns. Louise and Graham are stuck in a Ferris wheel that stopped with them at the top. And Rachel and Gavin are in a tunnel of love when they're attacked by a skeleton. When she sees the coin, she goes to grab it. They're attacked by a skeleton. But it turns out the skeleton getting stopped at the top of the thing, they're both part of the show, and the clowns just wanted their phones because there's no recording allowed, which is bullshit. It's your personal property. They can't take it from you. They took the phones, they didn't get them back. That's bullshit. They can't take your phones from you. Someone came up to me and said, hey, you can have your phone out. Give it to me. I'm like, no, I'm putting it in my pocket. And it's my personal property, all right? You're not taking it, my phone. I'll put it in my pocket, but you're not taking it. Okay? But they take their phones. No coincidence. Why? Because, you can't see them on camera. So, after that lackluster thing, they go there. They decide to leave the carnival, but they said they're going to come back the next night. Before I go on, I forgot one more thing. Akiko runs into her brother again. He doesn't remember anything about the phone call or anything about why he was even there. He just said he's there to enjoy the carnival. So he forgot. That's already a sign. So, before I move on, let me kind of go over this. Everything they do in this particular part, them getting stuck on top of the Ferris wheel, the clowns coming in at all sides, the skeleton coming up. Great. Genuinely creepy. Great scaring. But it's ruined when they reveal it's just a part of the show. Sure, the clowns were getting the phone just so they didn't have the footage, but that really ruins it when they just reveal it's part of the show. The creepiness, it should have stayed, but I know it's a kid's show, but really it's all a part of the carnival. Like the regular carnival fun kind of ruins it. So let's move on. So, Rachel and Gavin make plans to walk to school together the next morning. And then we get the effects happen. She wakes up. She says that Gavin's going to walk her to school, but it's Gavin's father at the door, played by Brandon Routh. Ray Palmer from Legends of Tomorrow. I know he's leaving. Superman returns, and he's going to play Superman again in Crisis on Infinite Earths. But and he had the long freaking hair. I know he has short hair now because I've seen the pictures and stuff of him as Superman. But this was been before he had the long, this long hair. And he said that Gavin wasn't in his bed this morning. So now Gavin is missing, and I don't know why. Because in the story, I don't think the girls that were bullying the girl in the story left the carnival. But they all left the carnival together. So how could it... You can't take someone if they're not at the carnival, right? Because that's what happened with Adam. His dog led him to the carnival, and then he never came back. So Gavin disappearing doesn't make sense unless they reveal he went back to the carnival, which he might have to get the coin. But then, much like in the story, she talks to her mom, and her mom doesn't remember taking them to the carnival. She goes to school. None of the members of the Internet Society remember the carnival, which is bullshit. They don't even remember. Graham doesn't even remember it being her story. Which, okay, I can get maybe the effects stop them from remembering the carnival, like the actual carnival being there, but it makes you forget her story. Because when she talks to Graham about the Carnival of Doom, he says, "Oh yeah, that old movie." I'm like, okay, there might be a movie called Carnival of Doom. That's fair, but I don't think that the Carnival's powers can delete her telling the story. This was a very divisive episode for me because I really enjoyed the first one, but there's logic problems in this. All right, unless they reveal that Gavin went back. Unless they're revealing the third part that Gavin went back to the carnival, then I don't understand why he was taken. Why they don't at least remember the story about Mr. Top Hat and the Carnival of Doom doesn't make any sense. But she remembers everything. Well, yeah, that wasn't the story. The little girl remembered everything, but and then to end this, she goes back to the carnival. It's not there like in the story. So how did they continue the story? I mean, I saw the trailer. The carnival is in the last part. But in her story, she said the carnival was never seen again. At least in that town. Once it's there overnight, it's gone. Which is why I'm like, she said she was coming back the next day. I'm like, well, if this is going by your story, you said it was gone the next day. So why would you, But I don't know. It was decent. Like I said, I don't give ratings to TV episodes, but it was decent. Watch it if you wanna see the whole thing, complete. Watch it. I'm gonna have to rewatch it again with my son anyway, and maybe he'll sometimes he finds the logic problems before I even do. But I've already watched it, so he'll probably figure it out before I even get to say it. So yeah, what are your thoughts on episode 2 of Are You Afraid of the Dark miniseries? Let me know in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe, and as always, love, peace, and chicken grease.